The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. For over a century, the war between the elders and their rebellious progeny has left no domain untouched. But now, overpowered by the strength and potency of their elders, the Anarch revolt is over. After months of discussions between the warring parties, the leaders of the Camarilla and the Anarchs have agreed to a cessation of hostilities. For the Anarchs, this is an acknowledgement of their defeat. For the Camarilla, this means that victory lies within their reach. But the unspoken prophecy still hangs above them. 500 years will seven be joined, ruling in defiance of angels. For all his cities shall become ash. For all his dreams shall be scattered to the winds. Let the ancients fear the young, and gird themselves about with laws. You cannot save yourselves, you foolish kings. You cannot stop the coming storm, or even have its rage. So begins the Convention of Thorns. Welcome to our Vampire Dark Ages stream. We here at McStabber Studios understand that some of the subjects that come up during this chronicle are problematic by modern standards. Our goal is to handle these kinds of situations in a manner that does not directly or indirectly glorify these kinds of actions. While we understand that we are playing in a world of monsters, that does not mean we must be the monsters ourselves. Please also be aware, none of our cast are experts in history. That means there will be some deviations between the world timeline and the vampiric world. You can go ahead and chalk that up to the Cainite influence on the mortals around them. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy our story. Yeah, that just looks weird, all that hair on Shanky. It just looks odd. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to McStabber Studios' Vampire Dark Ages. It's glimpses of history, but it's also the Convention of Thorns. I am the storyteller tonight, Shanky McStabber.
And hi, once again, disrupting the natural order of things, I am Maddox, and I will be playing Snatcher the Nosferatu.
Hi everyone, I am Mama McStabber, and I am playing Saint Olga of Kiev of Clan Sombra.
Good evening, I'm Beetle Spock, and I'll be playing Yves Marchand of the Toreador.
I'm June Vanish, and I'm playing Peregrine McSullivan.
Hi everybody, I'm the Ravnos Archon, and I get to play Agustina de Cardenal de la Sombra.
Hello everyone, good evening, my name is Skylar Glaciate, and tonight I'll be playing Rafael de Corazon, the current head of the clan Toreador in the Camarilla.
Hi, I'm Mischievous Red, and I'm playing Eleanor Divawa of Bruja.
I'm Miriam, and I'm playing Father Jean-Marc de Harfleur, Knight Clan Toreador.
Hi, I'm Antero, and tonight I'm playing Federico di Padua, Clan Nosferatu.
I'm Jen of Thieves, and I am playing Patricia of Bolingbroke, Bruja.
I'm Merweird, and I am playing Micah Vikos of Clan Simitsi.
Hey everyone, I am Inkblood Demon. I'm playing Gabriel, a very gentle La Sombra who just wants everyone to get along. Let's make peace. No alternative motives here. Peace.
Peace through superior firepower. Good evening. Last week, as we started off this season, everyone had gathered at the Abbey of the Sacred Crown, which is located just outside the small hamlet of Thorns, which is also next to Silchester, for a gathering of, important and influential Cainites in the world to discuss the surrender of the Anarchs and the formation of the Camarilla. And as we're opening up tonight, this is the official day one of the Camarilla. And as the night has fallen, or night has come, darkness has fallen across the land, the kindred have gathered once again into the dining hall of the Abbey of the Sacred Crown. And tonight when you arrive, there is a dais at the front of the room set up. And as everyone has filed into the room, Eleanor steps up to the dais, and I turn it over to Eleanor.
Welcome to the Convention of Thorns. For those I haven't met yet, my name is Eleanor Duvalois, moderator of this event. We have several topics we must cover during these upcoming days. The first decision we face regards the return of the fold of those Cainites who have declared themselves anarchs. How should this be accomplished peacefully? Shall the beliefs that led to this state of war between generations be allowed to continue? Is there a way without bloodshed? What guarantees shall we accept to assure the future behavior of those formerly in rebellion? Will we require guarantees in the form of blood oaths? There can only be one authority among the Cainites, and your presence here testifies that that is the Camarilla, in whatever shape we choose to make it. Should amnesty be granted to those whose actions led others astray, or should the leaders surrender themselves to the judgment of the Camarilla? The second decision regards the actions of Clan Azamite. The commission of diablerie practiced by their members must stop. Recently, the Camarilla has discovered the location of their stronghold of Alamut. As a result, Clan Azamite has agreed to engage in negotiations as to their status within Cainite society. Should Clan Azamite remain independent of the Camarilla? If they do remain apart, how may we ensure that their practices pose no future threat? Finally, the founders of the Camarilla have been acting as Justicars and taking on assistants to act as their archons. Shall this system of governance continue? If we agree to abide by the adjudication of a council of Justicars, shall the current holders of that office remain in their positions? If not, who will be the new Justicars? How will we select future Justicars? What will be their duties and responsibilities, and will there be any additional terms they must follow? Will we appoint a council to oversee the Justicars, or shall Justicars serve as the highest authority? In summary, who will lead us, how will they do so, and what tools will be implemented to keep them from abusing their power? For the next 4 nights, we shall hear arguments on all sides of these issues. We must come to a truce for the survival of us all and to end this war. All of your voices are welcome in peaceful discussion. We shall convene every evening for a formal accounting of the previous night's discussions. Afterward, you may talk amongst yourselves and attempt to reach a consensus. By this time, 5 nights hence, on the 23rd night of October, in the year of our Lord 1493, we must reach a decision on each of the issues presented. Thank you for your attention and attendance. And she walks off.
The Hardestat looks around. I think it's quite clear that the Anarchs must be punished. They must pay a price for their crimes, for upsetting society as they have, for the death and destruction of so many elders, for their disrespect of the laws laid forth by Cain himself. What the punishment must be, I don't know. I guess that's why we're here. But there must be a punishment of some kind, some sort of penalty applied, or else they'll learn nothing.
Do you have a suggestion for what that could be?
Of course. Eleanor said it herself. The blood bond. Maybe not for all of the Anarchs. That would be a little difficult to implement. For their leaders, their ringleaders, the most vile among them. Bind them to the Archons and Justicars.
We are here speaking of lessons learned. It is not only one faction. It's not only one faction that need learn it, I think. Make all your same mistakes again, Elder. And see what happens.
To the victor goes the spoils.
Just
But
really surprised me that your idea of punishment and retribution is not earning respect, but forcing it.
no,
Crushing those you see beneath you under your heel. Because you can't argue your point any other way.
The point has been argued through force of arms. Archon Jean-Marc de Fleur, please.
yes, we must come to an accommodation between all of our clans. I mean, should we go after each other for punishment and retribution, what we try to build now will surely fall apart in the future. So we must build a strong base to start from during this convention.
I fear, without a harsh lesson taught, we will repeat this anyway.
It is these harsh lessons that have put us in this place to begin with, Ventru.
No.
Hardestat.
No. There was no harsh lesson that started this. What started this was pups like the Tzimisce over there refused to acknowledge their elders and their betters, decided to try to take lands, take power that was not theirs, that they had not earned yet.
Well, for one who claims to have victory by force of arms, many of us that you have just denigrated gained that same victory by force of arms. So, if it is strength that you value, then I think you have somewhat of a contradiction.
It is not strength that brought you to the table.
No.
I don't wish to overstep boundaries. I have known Lord Bykos for some time. He is the best friend of one of my coterie-mates. I only wish to explain to you that whatever the dragons have done, they have done to themselves. They have not taken any land from you. They have not taken any land from me. This is a dragon situation. They have handled it how they see fit.
They have also taken lands from the Arpad Ventru. They have fought the Hungarian Ventru at every chance. They have persecuted Clan Shamir, who are all set in position to be one of the pillars.
And are you
behind the
aware
Camarilla.
Clan Shamir were stealing Gangrel, Nosferatu, and Tzimisce to create their monstrosities they call gargoyles?
That is in the past. They have been forbidden that, and they will no longer create them. They have freed
But yet,
the
where are the
gargoyles.
reparations for this?
Their reparations are they had to free all of their gargoyles,
And
all
where
of
are
their
the
slaves.
reparations to the clans that they offended?
I will let those clans step forward and demand what they wish, though that is not the main portion.
And
Or
whose lands did the Arpad Ventru steal?
No one's. It was theirs in the first place.
Was it?
They took it by conquest long before the Tzimisces crawled out of their mountains.
You spoke of strength, Lord Hardestat. Is the Arpad's weakness not in favor of being won by a force of strength? They were weak. They lost their land.
holdings. It
They
is
lost
only
their
what you
holdings.
can hold.
They lost their holdings
What
through
was
the
it
rampant
that-
Semites, through the treachery of the Tzimisces themselves, people like the so-called Prince Radu, who played both sides and yet betrayed all.
Isn't that what you guys do? You guys to play both sides. And if you're going to bring up my clan, bring it up. Because I'll tell you now, how many times have I diabloized? You will see it in my aura, but I have not. And
That
I
would
have
make you unique.
4 witnesses. Oh, but you're calling me unique. And we are what? We are all unique, are we not? And you have turned around and besmirched Alamut. How about if we go to your places of holding and besmirch your places?
They have.
How would you feel then?
They have. And then you would retreat to your hidden fortress.
Strength.
Attacked our places, murdered countless kindred while they traveled with the Turkish armies and the Ottoman armies and swept through and murdered all, drank.
It didn't.
Is that
Isn't that
not
what you
the way
did?
of empires, Ventru?
Not
Have
the
you not
Diablerie.
learned from your own history?
Really? Shall we go back to the eras of Rome and look through the annals? Shall we go to Carthage annals and look and see what was done?
I'm sure the Bruja would love that.
This feels like the only show of strength that matters is the one that has your color of skin, Lord Hardestat.
It is a very Western perspective.
Sounds like whining.
The fifth tradition of Cain states, "Forbidden art thou to spill the blood of thy kind who is elder."
And how old are you?
Yes,
Older than
how
many.
old?
How old? I'm probably older than you, making me your elder.
When were you embraced? When were you given the gift of Cain?
Ask me when I was born.
That does not matter. The blood
It
counts
does.
from when you were embraced.
Blood counts when you were gold.
891.
I was born in 625 and Gould several years later.
Cool.
I have been alive longer than you have been in existence in your great-great-grandfather's eyes.
You were cattle for those
Yes.
years as Gould.
I was not Gould.
And I fought. I have
You were
showed
still
you more
cattle.
than you could. And you were cattle too, before you were embraced. Should we have
Yes.
not drank you before that?
So you expect to enslave those who rebelled against being used as fodder and think that this is going to win you their loyalty, their servitude? Do you not understand slave revolts?
I don't care about their
He's
loyalty.
never been a slave.
I care about obedience.
Oh, yes,
And you
because
have
that's a
none
way
for
to
that.
get
If
obedience.
they had an issue with their elders, they should have taken it up with those elders or with other elders, not rebelled, slain, eaten, burned out, and destroyed entire princedoms.
Yes.
Have you
the
ever
elder-
embraced a childer?
Of course.
Then how about your childer comes to you and tells you the way you're running them is egregious? How are you to respond?
What a rebellious nature they would have.
We have other attendees who would like to speak. Raphael.
Oh, thank you. I truly understand the beating of certain arguments to death is quite natural in moments like this, but we should not stray too far from topic, if possible. I understand that a few of the elders were tyrants into their behaviors, and I do understand the perspective of the honors, honestly. But that does not excuse the actions of killing others. I am not blaming them for reacting, but that was a little uncalled for. And so instead of discussing the age, discussing the properties, why don't we discuss the problem at hand? As said by many here, by my co-founder, he points to Hudderstad as well, punishment is due, and that I agree. But I have a little swirl. Mr. Mikavikos, what do you think the proper punishment should be?
Nothing. If we are to talk about restructuring and bring everyone into the same fold, things must change. If we are building a new foundation, as Father Jean-Marc, I believe, phrased it, it needs to be a new foundation. It cannot be the same thing. You will end up with the same slave revolts, as Saint Olga mentioned. So no, there cannot be punishment. Reorganization, restructuring, rules that all equally are bound to.
Are we then to forgive the killing of the elders? Are we then to forgive the... Maybe this will be a next topic. Are we to forgive that?
Why don't you find the same forgiveness you gave the Tremere to forgive these anarchs?
True.
They were punished as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, were they? They are still
Will they not
around.
ban them?
They are
Well,
around. They have lost their guardians, the gargoyles. They have lost their protectors. They have been being slaughtered by Zimitsi since then because they no longer have the warriors to guard them. That is
How
their
unfortunate for them that they have lost the oblivious, the abysmal tragedies that they have bestowed on others, like my friend the Nosferatu, or the Gangrel, or the other many clans that they have born into these gargoyles.
I have secured an agreement from them that if the mistress can be found, she will be presented for judgment. She is the one behind the creation of these monsters. Unfortunately, she fled when the gargoyle began to revolt with them.
I'm certain she worked alone.
I have a document that I could give you that I own a bridge to Atlantis, should you want it. If you're believing these kinds of
No, he believes what is
documentations.
convenient to him.
Of course. But please, go on. Tell me about this punishment that you wish to enforce for no reason.
Actually, I would like to hear from Clan
Please,
Lasombra. You have a number of your people who have revolted. Your clan founder was eaten by them. What say you on this, Gabriel Brosh?
I'm so glad that you brought that up, Hardestat the Elder. Because the way of the Lasombra is logic, and logic often resides in whoever won. Whoever wins the battle gets to write history. If we are to debate on those merits, then the old elders that everyone is just so upset about because they're not here, they were weak, and they died, and they should die because they were pathetic. Don't be pathetic. And if you think that I'm speaking out of turn or being flippant, were someone to bring, 50 of their friends to kill my sire, that'd be 50 piles of ash for an underling to be swept out. Let the bygones be bygones. If anarchs are forced to fight for survival, although I have noted that you can't quite define what an anarch is, only what they are not, and that means what you like. But if they are forced to fight for survival, what reason do they have to care about any other topic or genre of reality? Does that not endanger others? Is the equity of one not what assures the existence of all? And I would offer this in summation of thought. Simply put, if you felt truly strongly about your position and that you had the right of way and in your own power, you would handle this with a duel. If you have it in you, that is.
Are you saying that your own clan founder was weak and pathetic, eaten by his own children? Clan Zimitsi
eaten
was
by
your
his
founder.
Better. If you're going to ask me a question, I get to
pathetic.
respond. And pathetic, he was, and now we're glorious. Of course, there's a pecking order. What is pathetic for Lasombra would be quite high up for a venture. Sorry, my apologies.
Because there are two clans here that have representatives, even though anarchs of their ranks
What's an anarch?
ate their founders.
Define anarch in 30 words or less, please.
Those who go against the traditions laid by Cain.
Oh, you're an anarch. Phenomenal. What are we fighting over?
I follow
every
the traditions
vampire
of Cain.
has broken every tradition. That's what we do. The rule is to not get caught or do it in a palatable way. We don't have to put on airs. We can just be honest with one another. I should know I am but a gentle, weak Lasombra. I exist at the mercy of all of you. I would have the best top-down perspective. But I yield the remainder of my time.
I have nothing further to say at this moment. I will let
ever.
others speak. I would like some time to speak with other individuals privately later on, but please, Others can have the floor. I've said my piece for now. For now.
Rafael
John
will
Mark,
simply look
Federico.
to Federico.
Federico, John Mark, anything to say?
As I had mentioned before, we must come to an accommodation. Not only that binds anarchs, Camarilla, but also the humans. We must take them into account as well. For through them, we gain our sustenance. But these are all things we can discuss.
Where do you sit on the punishment, O pious one?
I believe that perhaps we should consider foregoing the punishment at this time in history.
Oh, benevolence taught by the great creator. How fortunate that we have you here.
I am here to serve. I serve my God. And as a father of the church, I would be willing to hear confession from any of you at some point during the convention, should you wish to. The time has come for us to put an end to all of this bickering. Stop it. No need to argue over who killed who and why. Just let us come to an agreement and let all Cainites exist together. We may have our differences, we always will.
One vote for no punishment. How fortunate for us. The word of God has come down in his voice.
Let's hold off on voting until later in the evening.
Oh, I apologize. I did not wish to overstep my bounds. This is a Ventrue-led affair, of course.
No, I think that given the nature of what we're trying to discuss and what we're working out, it would be best to wait until later in the evening after people have had a chance to discuss amongst themselves, discuss with their own people.
I will call for a vote when the time is right, Hardestat.
Thank you.
Patricia, Snatcher, Youths, anyone else have any conversations or comments for the good of the group?
Yes, with all due respect, which may or may not be any, we can't exactly just cast aside who has killed whom. To do so would be to disregard the entire nature of our rebellion. We are not here for no reason. You want punishment for the wrongs that have been done to you. This is punishment for the wrongs that has been done to us. You have spent entirely too long disregarding and killing those who are merely younger, who are weaker, perhaps, because they haven't had a chance to learn and grow. Who's to stand up for them? You destroy your own blood for no reason but your own status. And we continue to do that now. If you do not understand the reason why the Anarchs exist in the first place, then how are we to have any kind of deal? We are happy to continue to fight because it is either fight or die anyway under your boot heel.
Well said.
Perhaps a point not yet considered in full is that if there is two sides that argue for different things, wanting different things, whether that be obedience, and he'll look more towards the Camarilla folk, freedom, and look towards the Anarchs. Between those two, there is what is often referred to as compromise. The two sides come together, come up with a deal that is unfavorable to all involved, with benefit and cost on each side. I disagree with the idea of bond as that is simply putting the Anarchs back to where they started, which will only result in a repeat of history. But it is often the case that elders are stubborn and do not give up their status quo easily. So I urge all Cainites present and abroad to consider what could potentially be a lesser punishment that still keeps the message clear.
Do you have anything in mind?
Not immediately. I would have to take some time during this convention to think it over.
You don't think falling into line under the careful thumb of Hardestat and the like is punishment enough?
It depends how heavily that thumb is pressed down.
Feels pretty heavy.
At the moment, of course. But as I'm sure you all are aware, all it takes is a little grease, and suddenly you slip free. So we need to simply find the median where the grease is not needed, but perhaps the thumb is present, but not pressed down.
Any other comments or thoughts before we break for individual discussions for the night? As a reminder, the 3 issues at hand, just so we have all of them on mind, is what to do with the Anarchs, the Azamites, and then the structure of the Camarilla, and who will lead it and how will they do so. I'd also like to remind everyone to remain peaceful. Tensions get hot in these conversations, but please, no bloodshed in between. Dismissed.
Olga immediately stands up and walks out of the room.
Hardestat will look towards Augustine, nod to him, nod to the corridor, and then look back at him.
A nod.
Hardestat will head to that corridor.
Follow right after.
Since no one else has jumped forward yet, I guess I'll go have a scene with Augustine real quick. Mr. Delacruz.
What is that?
I'm not going to bandy words. I'm not going to make it all flowery.
Oh, that would be a Toreador's gift, not yours.
Correct. What do you want in return for your support?
On which of the many options available to us, Lord Hardestat?
I'm willing to be a bit more flexible when it comes to the Anarchs.
Mm-hmm.
As they say, when you're negotiating, you put the worst offer on the table first to give ground to negotiate with. So, you will back my position. It's a simple position. What would it cost you? What would it cost me?
Again, apologies, Lord Hardestat, but there are 3 different positions that we can take. I I dare not assume that you want me to just fall in line with every single position. We must barter for each, no? I
When
do
it
not
comes
treat you
to
as an Arpad Ventru. You are true Ventru, my friend.
when it comes to the Anarch problem, I am willing to forgo punishment for all and even offer amnesty for most. Of course, the most vicious of crimes, those should be judged, if any will bring forth a claim that they wish to have vengeance served or justice served, judged by the Justicars, whether it happens to be myself as one of the founders or not. I would like to see the Assamites properly punished. You're going to find that one way or another, their reign of terror and diablerizing will end. Either they will bend a knee and allow something the Tremere have planned, or we will burn Alamut to the ground and expose it to the sun and destroy all of them.
If they are anything like the Essamite that I have been in contact with for some time, Lord Hardestad, they will see their city burned before they allow anything to happen to them.
You say
especially by the Tremere.
You say that, and yet us finding it brought them here. Under this banner, under this period of truce. You see, they may talk one way, but when threatened with their sacred holy city and their sacred holy hiding place, they will bow to the wishes. So, again, I must ask you, what is it, your price? What must you be given? It is our way, isn't it, to deal, to give and take?
I will, for the a pittance of a price, Lord Hardestad, I can see myself falling in line with the idea of allowing the Anarchs to escape judgment as the Tremere have, and for this council of Justicars and Archons, but I cannot bend on the Assamites. There is one that is close to me, and I will not betray her like that.
That's fine. I've already got the assurances from Alamut themselves that they will bend the knee, so I don't require your vote of judgment and your support in that. But if you will support me in the Anarchs, name the price.
I have a ghoul that has been with me since my human days. One that is very dear to me. I do not have the stomach to convert them, however, but coming from a lineage as powerful as yours, I think that would be a good way to bind our clans together.
Would that be the mortal that sat in the back of the room last night?
Yes.
In a room he was not supposed to be in.
But my friend, he is a ghoul of La Sombra. He must know what excellence looks like, regardless of where it comes from.
He did very well in keeping the proper decorum, staying unobtrusive, and doing like he should in situations like this. If that is your price,
of course,
I will embrace this individual and teach him the ways of Clan Ventru.
Very well.
And make him of my line.
And we have an accord, Hardestad.
Thank you.
But I will warn you, I must make it look like you have won me over. I cannot just simply turn. So I will fight.
Fight? That is important anyway. It is the only way we're going to figure out all the finer details that are not in such broad strokes.
Very well.
And as Augustine and Hardestat are talking, Olga, where did you just left the room? You didn't go anywhere in particular?
I left the room.
Did anyone go to follow Olga? No?
Fine then. She's going to do some abyss mysticism. Fuck it.
I am going to follow Olga.
Okay.
And
Because I'm about to say, I'm about to summon a motherfucking nocturne up in this joint.
please
I will
don't.
also
Please
tag along.
don't. No.
No, it's just a spy.
A rat will also follow Olga.
Yes,
So
I am
Patricia
following
and Micah
Olga,
go to follow Olga.
and,
Okay, we'll turn it over to
I'm
Patricia.
also
and-
going to glance at Peregrine as I'm leaving, like significant glance.
Oh, she's not doing well as she's overhearing all of that. She is pissed.
In that,
And
ca-
Michael
in that
knows
case,
that.
I will actually go over to Peregrine instead.
Okay, so let me do it the
Significant
easy
glance
way.
at Patricia.
Let's do it the easy way. Let's see. We're going to start with the Micah and Olga scene, and then we'll cut over to Peregrine and Patricia.
Saint Olga.
Master Vikos.
I fear you have been greatly disrespected in that chamber.
Oh, I'm aware. But I'm not concerned with the idiocy of foolish men.
Unfortunately, we are graced with the most foolish. One of the most foolish.
I fear that there is no shortage of them.
No. You are right. Half the population indeed. If the mathematicians are to be believed.
Have you been well, all things considered?
All things considered, yes. I have been well. And you?
Yes.
It may be an indelicate question, but I hope you have plans for when this is over.
I do.
Good. It would be a great shame if aught terrible happened to you.
Oh, you do not need to worry about me.
Good, then I shall not. I will turn my worries elsewhere.
Do you have plans after all this?
Yes, I believe so.
Shall they be spectacular?
Oh, of course they shall be. It is only to see how spectacular they will become.
Because as insulted as I am, oh, you dear dragons were far more insulted.
Oh, yes. Oh, the insult was not unnoticed or uncompounded.
These Westerners, they see us as barbarians. You know this.
They do. Oh, yes.
And it is funny because barbarians was the term used for the Germanic peoples.
Indeed. How quickly they are to turn that insult upon others once they achieve just a little bit of power.
Exactly.
Someone who's a little different, a little outside their norm.
Yes.
It is very Western in that room, all told.
It really is. I'm not even concerned that much about the insult on me. I told Hardestat last night that Montano had demands, and yet he disrespects an elder by not discussing with me. Funny how he is a hypocrite.
A hypocrite and painfully naive if it is not just an act.
Yes, considering he is disrespectful to the child of La Sombra.
And yet, I think he will come from this no worse the wear.
She walks down to a secluded room with Micah and takes him inside and says, "Dare I share a little secret with you?"
Oh, I do love secrets.
I bore witness to the diablerie of your founder.
Did you indeed?
I did indeed. And let me let you in on a little secret. The one that did it was no longer that one. It was your founder in his skin. So they raise all this kerfuffle over founders being diablerized, as if founders didn't orchestrate it.
That is the ancient truth, isn't it?
It is. Woe is I who am a cunning woman in a sea of idiot men.
Indeed. We would be much better ruled, I think, if it was a sea of such talented women.
Perhaps. Perhaps. But I have my sights east. Farther east than the Carpathians.
Indeed.
I have a legacy to pursue. The children of my children of my children of my children are now rulers of Russia.
My deepest congratulations.
Thank you.
What a legacy.
I have mastered in Belgrade being a queen in the shadows. Undetected, but pulling strings.
And so you will continue to be.
Exactly.
In a new castle.
In a new empire.
Empire. Wonderful word.
Yes. I know we have not always seen eye to eye, Micah, but I understand why you and the Anarchs did what you did. I do. I have never had my childer rise up against me because I have never treated them as most childer have been treated. You would think being La Sombra I would be cruel. I am not. I wish their success. I wish to be proven that I chose well. And so I set them up to be successful. It is on them to be successful. But I do not try to hinder them. And these Westerners do not understand that because they are so absorbed with their own power accumulation. They do not understand that true power is inspiring others to be powerful.
Well spoken. It is indeed. Would that my sire had been more like you.
Oh, well. Let's be real, I would have been a terrible dragon.
You are much more suited for La Sombra, indeed.
Well, let us not cause too many tongues to wag. And she takes Micah's arm and escorts him back out of the room.
Okay.
I go with her.
So now we're going to flash to the other half of that first conversation, which is Patricia and Peregrine.
Patricia just gets up the second she spots Peregrine and wanders over, kind of like crouching down beside wherever she's sitting.
She looks like she's praying.
I loathe to interrupt you, but I'm going to anyway.
I would rather you interrupt me than the jackass.
If I may be so bold.
Of course, you are Bruja.
I think you don't belong with them. And I
Belong
think
with
they
whom?
agree.
Who do I not belong to? I'm curious.
The Council of Elders who want to rule the world.
They believe they can rule the world, but they will not rule the world. It is in their delusions.
Well, I would prefer it if the bloodshed they left in their wake was as minimal as possible. On their way to be proven wrong.
Do you happen to have the gift of hearing things without having to be present?
No. Not yet.
You should learn. The one thing I dislike is people who do not take responsibility for what they do. I cannot tire. It is proven. But I take those that are not able to learn from those that were brought over. And I'm like a mother to them, like an aunt. I teach. But I have never bonded any of them to teach them how to be this.
A good leader shouldn't have to.
And I've never taught them how to diablerize either.
No.
Some of them like to say that we do things because they are giving us bad, this is new word I hear, propaganda. Much of like what I've been hearing they've been doing to the, what is it, the clan, Salubri. I'm sure you know of that clan, yes?
Heard of it.
They are interesting people. And
That's
they are
what they
being
do.
slandered, just like us.
That's what they do. Though, yes, they are so weak on their own, they have to gather support against some common enemy. It doesn't matter who it is. It's the Anarchs, it's the Assamites, it's the Slewberry. It doesn't matter. As long as it's not them. As long as they're not the ones everyone is afraid of, even though they should be.
Oh, I don't afraid of them. It's more if they need to be put into their place.
I'm afraid of what
understand.
I'm afraid of what they can do. I'm afraid for the future, for the young ones. I'm afraid for the world.
What do you propose?
I want to keep fighting.
But fighting begets more fighting. I get. But at the same time, at some point, we have to have ground rules. There has to be some kind of establish a treaty. Because if we hold them accountable for going against us, we are being held against and held accountable to two. Two sides of one coin have to be at least amicable. Yes.
Sure. But on one side of the coin is, oh, the youths can die in a fire. I don't care as long as I have mine. And the other side is, well, we'd like to live. I don't think that's very equal, do you?
I agree to the point, and I understand where you are. Believe me, I was underneath the yoke of my sire for many a day. I think somebody needs a little bit more of a kick in the head, if you know what I mean. Somebody needs to remind him of what it is like to be underneath the bond. Problem is I not able to.
Of course. Why not?
I mean, I think There is a way to work this out. But some people need to stop this and open up this. You can talk because you are telling people what needs to be said from your side. Because we have already heard the puff of smoke that has already come from theirs. They're not listening to you, sadly.
Which tells me this little convention is a bit premature. If they don't see our point, and they don't see our arguments, and they don't see our purpose, and all they want us to do is bend the knee with no concessions, then we keep fighting.
What do you do to the knee? To their knee.
Well, worship it, apparently, if we
are
all forced into a blood bond.
If we remember history, and I'm sure you do, have you ever, our English at times a little messy, have you ever taken out a knee?
One or two.
Show them how they need to remember humility.
That's not possible.
How?
The humility has run from their bodies.
That's why gentle forces apply. If they provide to blood bond.
Those who cannot see they could possibly be wrong, cannot be bargained with, cannot be compromised with, cannot be trusted, because the moment a set of rules are put in place, they will immediately begin to conspire as to how to break them.
No, we've already broken them.
Exactly.
I understand.
How can you trust them?
I don't. That's the first thing. You never trust.
Then how can you back them?
I didn't back them. Do you know what he said about Moat and about my clan? Do you have any idea of what he has just done? I can tell you now, I can't throw him farther than I can throw a penny. There is no trust. There will never be trust. However, it's called the game of chess. Do you have played?
No.
You come to my room tonight. I shall show you. Show you how to play. I show you how. We don't bend knees. We just put an arrow through it so they bend to us.
You're so optimistic.
No, I'm realistic. Trust me, I'm in a group with Tula Samra. The optimism has been gone years and years and years and decades, centuries ago. Trust me.
Give a tyrant an inch.
Yes,
I won't budge.
Oh, I don't expect you to. But let me put it to you this way. When I saw how we turned around and helped the gargoyles create an inch, and we watched them take a mile, anything is possible.
Anything is possible. But there are things far more likely if this whole nonsense carries through.
True. We leave. Then they rule themselves in a circle jerk. There's a new world, I heard. Let's go explore.
I loathe to let them win.
It's a small world here. How long until the Christians, the ones with the red, I can't remember. I can't forget. I'm a heathen, okay? So for me, all those that turn around and do the whole God is this, blah, 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 they'll take them over at some point. They'll burn them. They'll call them heretics and fry them at the bonfires like they did to myself, my ancestors. How long until they kill each other? Best to let them do that. And then come to see later who's won and take over that. Because it will all be small at that time. And we will be older and far more powerful.
So will they.
No, because if they're dead, they're just a pile of ash.
Even if they're killing each other, they will still be miserable and awful and out for only themselves.
Yeah, well, if we go to the new world, we'll have our own plots of land, and when their people come over, we can kick them out.
Huh.
Come on, they've done it to what?
How many young people, young little monsters, how many of us will die in the meantime? How many will get stomped upon?
I'm Irish. I've watched us be wiped out by English, Vikings, Scottish, some of the Spaniards. I've seen us all wiped out for so long. I'm almost 1,000 years old, Patricia.
Then want better. You are jaded by age. Just because it's been one way for as long as you've been alive doesn't mean it has to stay that way.
I agree. That's why I treat the youngers better.
Yes.
But it's what I can do.
Yes.
You
can
cannot
do
change,
more.
idiot men. Sorry, I'm quoting Alga here.
Then kill them.
I would. Unfortunately, this one's guarded, and I was told by your other Braha, I cannot do bloodshed. So I'm a little hand tied there. You know, if you could untie my hands, that'd be great.
Well, I assure you, Hardestat the Elder isn't as impervious as you think.
Ooh, play tell.
I think I'll keep that one to myself.
There. I'm going to take a walk. Would you like to walk outside to cool our heads off for a bit?
I would like to get away from these stuffy old fods.
That's fair. I need to bathe in the light of the mother for a bit because too much God in here. I need a goddess, please.
So as the two of you go out, we're going to flash back to the room where Raphael has approached Yves.
He is going to approach, crouch down a little. How's the drawing going?
Oh, I mean, I have been a little bit distracted by all the fangs bearing at one another. Getting into the words. I'm not one for words. That was never my gift. I was always the one that observes and informs once in a while.
Would you mind going for a walk?
Yeah, see what's outside.
And Raphael will take Ives into a direction in which his heightened senses are telling no one's going to.
I mean, this is a big abbey. There's lots of places you can go to avoid hearing, having other people hear you.
Yeah, the gardens or something like that. He is a Toreador. And as they are walking, Raphael, to the normal ear, will be talking about the art and the drawings, but using doublespeak. That is a very handy Toreador thing. What Yves is going to actually listen to is, so, what is your take about this whole thing?
Or punishments, that was never my strength. Combat. But we are all victims of the same thing, which is time. We are frozen in time, yes. Our bodies are the same as we were embraced. And centuries go by, and the world whizzes around us. New nations prop up, new nations get invaded. But if you want to do this Camarilla, then have something that is capable of change within it. As people we embrace will be of a new generation of humanity, different ways of thinking, different tools, new technologies. it will have to be adaptable and amicable on both sides, obviously.
In that, I wholeheartedly agree. My main concern to most of this whole discussion is that we're going to be stuck in petty disagreements, difference of opinions, and forget that the humans are killing us with fire.
How is that any different than hundreds of years? It's been petty over petty, and it's going to be, but it can be lesser.
Yes.
I do see a truth in this Camarilla. I do see an appeal. Maybe it's the being raised in the courts, but there's some sort of structure involved. But I do agree. Someone else far more experienced, even though I have years under my belt. You can ask my coterie. I was never the one that doles out the punishments. I handled the creative sector of our city, and we were trying to turn it, well, into
Yes.
a renaissance in the East.
You observe and you inform. You said I could ask your coterie. What are their thoughts?
It's respect, and they want respect on both sides. We treated our subjects, or we're going to call them subjects. We treated our people as people. I guess something over hundreds of years of how people such as Hardestat can see them as gnats. And I could see that perspective very well for seeing the fleeting years of mortality. But I don't know what else. But
Well, since you don't know, let me change the dynamic of the conversation. Do you have any questions for me?
so you do agree on a changing foundation?
Yes.
Because it doesn't seem that Hardestat would be the one for that.
No.
He stands by the laws of Cain, and I think he
Yes.
wishes to partially implement those in this new Camarilla. And all these new ways of thinking that are coming about, it's never going to stick. It's going to breed so much more resentment. I don't. People less like him in the equation, I think, would be the solution.
Funnily enough, I was observing the town close by, the one we are allowed to feed on. It's interesting to always look at the humans. The old stuffy ways die with the elders of the village. And new ones come up with the children that grow to be adults. Sadly, that's a benefit our society doesn't have. But the main problem in here is that people are butting heads for all the wrong reasons. Let me tell you, looking closely to humanity, what is the problem? The main problem that we can see that reflects on us?
Pride. There is a lot of pride. And I think we've enhanced that to a larger percent. Power can do that.
Well, as Jean-Marc would say, the sin of pride.
It does.
Pride is the problem. And few people are as prideful as the anarchs or the elders. How do you deal with that? That is the question of this reunion. I have an idea. Of course, it needs some time. But were you in my shoes? Were you in the head of the Camarilla? What do you think would be the best? You are of my clan.
Honestly, having spent so much time in the East, I feel so distant from the Rose. I don't know. It's hard to predict what they now think.
In a room like that, you took time to draw it. I'd say you're as bit of a rose as any.
See. What you say you want me to deal with just the situation at hand if I was
the
in charge?
pride of elders and anarchs alike.
Humbling them.
Humbling them. What would humble of anarchs and elders?
I think the only thing that, from my perspective, that humbles them is more elderly elders, or more the stronger.
Sadly, we're in a lack of those, but I don't have a second option.
You tell.
Humans.
Yeah.
Let's go back. I don't want anyone to spread rumors about us.
No. I think we should keep this silent for now.
For now. And Raphael will take his back.
And as you're heading back, we're flashing over now to Federico and Snatcher. He saw Eleanor do the eyes towards Snatcher like she was going to move, but Federico, who's been hiding in the corner a bit, looking like just an average run-of-the-mill monk, managed to slip in there before Eleanor could move forward to it.
Although across the room, Snatcher did still acknowledge Eleanor. So more in the roster, just not at the top.
He expects as much.
Whereas at this moment, Snatcher is his perfectly natural Nosferatu visage.
Mm-hmm.
He's also rolling what looks like an old Serbian coin between his fingers that he did not have when he was sitting down.
You'll see this monk walk up. Very average, like very, 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 very average. The kind of average you've probably seen before.
Mm.
And you just kind of gives you a head nod to a not in this room.
Snatcher will run his forked tongue over his fangs and walk out with this monk.
Yeah. So we'll find I mean, he's been here for a while, and
it's a big place.
And you're right, and he's an Archon. He probably did security sweeps of the place to find places he could chat in private. So we'll lead him to one of those places.
You find a place that's, it's actually near the church part itself, the actual services room, which is not near the main dining room. It's supposed to be a lot more peaceful there than the dining area, so you find a place back there where there seems to be nobody around.
Okay. When you get there, he drops what is obviously obfuscate, mask, 1,000 faces. And you see another Nosferatu. This one, it looked like in life he probably had an aquiline nose, like a nice curve to it, but the embrace distorted and enhanced, brought to the forefront these features. So it almost looks like it's a beak coming down over his mouth. And he's just sleek. You get bird of prey vibes from him.
And then conversely, standing across from him is a man who has the actual skin of his skin is pale and faded green in places, but he has patchwork scale across different parts of his body, even bits of hair growing out from between some of the scales. And it's very clear that he almost it's not exactly a lizard, it's something that seems slightly more mythical, but a little hard to place.
Okay. Nice speech.
Someone had to say something. Everyone was almost at each other's throats, and it's not even the end of the first conference day.
That's why the Archons are here. And speaking of which, Federico.
And he will flick his fingers, and the coin disappears, and he'll take Federico's hand. Snatcher. Of no importance.
You're here. You're plenty important.
Unfortunately.
So, did you mean what you said?
I do not know. I was simply trying to throw a bucket onto an inferno.
Fair. I'm sure you figured it out already, but you're not going to convince Hardestat to do anything.
No. Convince a Ventru to do anything other than what they want? No. Sir, I have met Mithras. I know.
Yeah, they have a type for their men, don't they?
The difference is Mithras is a standard I hold all Ventru to. Many do not meet it. I'm not saying he's perfect.
No.
Or even likable.
No, I mean, not everyone can be a Nosferatu.
And
I'll give you a little tip.
Please.
If you want to have any chance of influencing what happens here, and this goes for your coterie too, don't mistake the fact that while Hardestat thinks he's in charge, if he really were, why does he need co-founders?
A fantastic observation.
Right. And I'm not saying anything. I'm an Archon. I work for the guy. But if he wants to get this pet project done, he's going to need them. And if they're pushing one way,
it's hard.
It's either going to happen with him or without him. Put it that way.
He's going to have to work very hard.
Yes, but there are 5 of you. But I don't know that you'll have too much trouble. I think Raphael is leaning that way. He has thoughts on the 3 topics, first one especially.
With each and every one of my childer, and their childer, and their childer. I have never once try to enforce any sort of control over them, truly.
No.
The bonds I shatter almost as soon as they are formed. They understood why I embraced them. I did not inflict it upon any.
Yeah.
The desire for control, we can, of course, blame on his blood. We can also just blame it on the fact of monarchy. I do not know how many others are of high society and how many are like me. A whoreson. I am not someone who has lived politics. I am not someone who has experienced all the backstabbing and speaking from your mouth in two directions. I do not know their ways. I have run a city. And that taught me the same thing that I'm certain it would teach any who run a city. Cooperation and collaboration is how you thrive and survive. At this moment, it is still the first day. I do not see that.
No. And thus, a suggestion that was made by another random Nosferatu here, not me.
Would you pass along a message to any others of us here as you speak to them?
Sure, I can do that.
This Camarilla will not care for us.
Oh, have you noticed the Nosferatu founder?
Precisely.
We are on the same page.
And as Snatcher will probably rest his hand on like a railing or some such or something, he can't help but slightly crack it. And yet the Tremere are going to be established as a pillar. Regardless. There are some amongst my clan that I have already convinced, or our clan, I have already convinced of this. I simply wish to disseminate this philosophy wider. None shall care for us, so we must care for ourselves. Some have even taken a cute motto for it. Clan before sect. It is a start.
It's a start.
What I wish them to understand is clan above all. If they are to grind us into the muck, then let us fill their havens. Let us disrupt their structures. Let us do whatever is necessary for the Nosferatu to stand tall.
They hate it, but they need us.
We must become invaluable. That does not happen by picking a side.
No, it does not.
Which is why I spoke for moderation.
Of course. And while I do support them, this structure, I do not believe that, on the other hand, that violence is the answer to the elder problem.
You are correct.
So there must be a middle ground, as you suggested.
So many Canaanites think they know what it is to be pursued and hunted. They know nothing of Niktuku.
That's the last thing we need.
And they always appear. We will do our best to hold the ship together.
Of course.
If it starts to sink, flee. Until then, best foot forward. I will pass the advice along to my coterie.
Mm-hmm. I would be one last thing. Well, I would be worried about the second question more than anything. The second topic. You are familiar with Tremere, obviously, having just spoken of them. What do you say are the chances that they will listen to any decision that this gathering makes?
They will not.
They know better than us, of course. So why would they?
I have sat across from the odious Goratrix.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. He looked me in the eyes and told me that the Nosferatu would amount to nothing more than a pittance in history, human or canite. In my mind, I swore to disprove him out of spite.
Well, I will join you in this endeavor.
And Archon, I do not care what side you take, what side you back, what side you work under. At the end of the night, you are my clan.
Mm-hmm.
Let us handle our affairs ourselves and work every angle.
You are entirely not wrong. We can only look out for ourselves, like you said. Because they will not.
No.
Unless it suits their purposes at the moment.
I dare say this Camarilla is going to ostracize us further.
I guess we'll just have to live in their cities and not be noticed and do everything we want to.
I have some people in fields of research making interesting strides in the ways of disease. If Ventru will not listen, perhaps they simply need to starve for a while.
Well, I will not, not that I do hold my breath.
For now, let us get through this convention unscathed, yes?
On that, we are agreed. I will talk to others of the clan that are here and could pass along the information to the coterie.
Of course. Thank you for your discussion and your candor. And Snatcher will actually suddenly have the coin in his fingers again, roll it all the way to the top, and then hand it over to Federico.
And as the two of them back to you someday. Return back to the main group, Augustine, you're coming back in the room when Gabriel catches you right at the doorway.
Hello?
Yes.
How are you?
I am well.
I trust you.
I'm
so glad that I can trust you. I operate on honesty and loyalty. It's so hard to be disloyal. There's so many shadows around.
You are the one that has been writing, yes? May I see some of these writings of yours?
What day, what conversation?
No, just a blank page will do, I think.
It's yours.
I will write, can't talk here, too many ears. And then I'll close it and give it back to him. It has been a pleasure to meet you. Gabriel, yes?
Gabriel the Gentle, the negotiator.
I don't do titles, but thank you for that. Now,
Very good.
slide off.
As you slide off, I'm going to whisper something. And I'm just going to gently whisper, such a beautiful aura from a soul so dark.
And as Augustine moves further back into the room, Olga comes striding in with Micah.
Yes, and she separates from Micah and walks towards the center of the room and makes sure Hardestat is in the room.
And right here, everybody, we're going to go to break. We will see everybody. The correct break is actually playing this time. We will see everybody in 10 minutes, even after the break. Whew! A lot of stuff talked about during break. Welcome back, everybody. Before the break, Eleanor gave a very eloquent speech to the opening of the Convention of Thorns and outlined the things they were here to speak about, which was how to deal with the Anarchs, the Assamite problem, it was referred to as, and of course, my brain just went blank, the ruling and the Justicar's injustice of the Camarilla. And after that speech, Hardestat gave a rather aggressively dickish speech from his position. Some debates were had, and then people broke off to have individual discussions where Hardestat even admitted to Augustine he put way more out there than he's wanting, actually. You always open up with something bad so you have a position to negotiate from, and he negotiated support from Augustine in return for embracing into the Hardestat line one of Augustine's blood. And Peregrine and Patricia had a very interesting discussion about the follies and the repeating of history that's going on. Eves and Raphael had a rather almost anarchish in tone discussion, though not quite. Olga met with Micah, and while they always haven't seen eye to eye, they do agree that the position of the Camarilla is not exactly the best one in general for the future, and told Micah about the survival of their founder, which not many know about. And of course, Snatcher and Federico had a wonderful discussion about clan before sect, which in modern nights, it's a thing, but in this era, it was not. But as we're opening up on the second half, Olga had just taken a position at the center of the room, holding the locket she's worn around her neck for hundreds of years now. And as everyone else has gathered once again, I'm going to turn it over to Olga.
And she says clearly, I understand and will relay your message. She looks directly at Hartestat's eyes. Montano, child of La Sombra, wishes me to relay to you that if you are a man of honor, you will hear and heed the words that he has for you. You are right to say there is a need for a single unifying force for Cainites. Vampires need a single force for justice. But it should not be the Founders. For they have made it clear they are pursuing vengeance for their own losses. As one who is the eldest of all those present, my demand is that Justicars and their Archons be set apart from the Founders. No founder or member of the inner circle of the Camarilla may be appointed to the position of Justicar, and anyone who is appointed will hold that title for 17 years and can only be reappointed after a great conclave. And there will be La Sombra amongst your archons. And then she stands with her hands at her side.
It is true, he is eldest of those here. Yet he did not take the time to come here.
Would you like to know what he is doing at present? He is doing what you are incapable of doing. He is hunting the ones that usurped our progenitor. He has sent me as his emissary. Do you disrespect that?
He holds the claim of age as written in the laws of Cain. His words will be heard, noted, and it will be for this body to decide whether the founders will hold such power of justice or not. It will not be my decision. He does make a valid point. Those of us who are embroiled in the war cannot help but be skewed against justice for our own vengeance. I acknowledge the wisdom in his statement. And then Hardestat turns and leaves the room, dragging, well, the founders with him other than Raphael, as the rest of them all exit behind him.
And Olga just tucks her locket back away under her dress and just stands in the middle of the room.
And as Olga's standing there, Snatcher is now free, Eleanor. Most of the room is settled into silence after that statement, though.
Actually, Storyteller, she can't see Snatcher.
Are you sure?
Well, she can look, but she first has to look. Because he will be obfuscated.
Uh-huh.
This guy.
Still
bro.
approaching
Let me
her,
double
though.
check.
While you're
She
double
can see
checking.
you.
Okay.
Fair enough. Does she pretend like she can't?
She
She'll
has
humor
enough.
you.
Say she has enough aspects to see you.
Okay. Then she sees that his outline has something in its hand, and he will approach and break his obfuscate. Not directly in front of her, but near her, and then approach.
Are you trying to be sneaky?
Not in the traditional sense, no. Call it a bit of personal amusement.
What is amusing about that?
I had no ill intent.
I understand that. I just don't understand why do it.
And as we are talking, I would like to do a quick roll, if that's okay. I would like to roll Dexterity, Legerdemain, using my specialty in Sleight of Hand for that skill. And Snatcher would like to slip something onto Eleanor's wrist.
Eleanor gets to roll Perception and Alertness. Difficulty 6 for both of you. Now let me clear the chat real quick before you roll. There we go. So, Perception, Alertness.
She's going to use willpower.
Okay.
Same. God
She
damn.
sees you. 7.
She sees him reaching out.
7 versus 5 for the viewers.
She sees him reaching out to put what looks to be a simple silver bracelet with an odd gemstone. It's got an odd coloring for a gem, but it looks like a gem.
Can I use celerity to stop it since I see it? Or I don't know what move that or power that would be.
Let's see, that would be celerity. You have 5 dots. I don't think
Snatcher has none.
Snatcher has none, so you can definitely outmove him.
Is this the humor you're talking about?
Yes. And he'll then hold the bracelet out to her.
What is it?
A gift of sympathy.
Does anything seem suspicious about this?
Other than,
Other than a Nosferatu trying to put pocket.
Yeah.
She'll unfortunately, I can't take any gifts. I can't be seen as playing favorites.
And he will twist his wrist and the bracelet's gone. Very well. I'll deliver it to you after the convention then.
I appreciate your thoughts, even if I don't quite understand the message, I guess.
What did you wish to talk about, Mr. Valois?
I wanted to thank you for your willingness to be open. That's something that's clearly lacking here, but if we want this convention to succeed, it's the only way forward.
I will tell you what I told another this evening. I was simply trying to douse a flame. No sense in burning into an inferno on the first discussion.
Unfortunately, I think that's where we're stuck at no matter what. This whole convention is dousing a flame of our own making.
And yet it's also an opportunity for creation.
Absolutely. And so if I could implore you to just spread that attitude amongst others. You obviously have weight amongst your coterie, but you seem to be familiar with some of the leading anarchs as well. And obviously the Camarilla has its flaws, as I think we've all seen. And to Olga's point, hopefully we can find a way to remedy. We can't continue on as we are. Something needs to be done.
Otherwise, K-Knights will become rather minimal, regardless of group.
Revenge is never ending. I understand the desire for it, but we have to stop at some point or it never will.
When one wades through a river, it is best to take off your clothes, lest they drag you down.
I do think removing the founders from their positions will be one of the only ways forward. That's the only chance of a clean slate.
Yes, I completely agree with the words of my coterie mate as via the speech of Montano. He made points that I could not have articulated properly. I'm glad that we had his ear. And I'm glad that Olga's voice carries vast distance.
Absolutely. So I just wanted to say I appreciate it and hope that you continue.
Of course. May I leave you with some thoughts of philosophy?
Absolutely. And she looks genuinely excited.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he knows Bruja. And he will lean forward just enough. Are you familiar with Aristotle?
Of course.
One of his theories, his ideas, was that of, and he'll suddenly look down and he's holding the bracelet again. The material is paired with the action. It is used. A statue is both the granite and its form. A composite. Too many here are looking at one or the other. The form follows function, the function follows form, and influencing both in quite a unique dance is the soul. Now, Aristotle argued that the soul is for the living, and yet, as is mentioned at this convention, diablerie consumes the soul. So if we are to have souls, we must understand that while our souls are unique, it is because we are composed of form and action. I do not envy your position in this, not for a moment. I will do my best to help keep the peace, but I am low clan. I do not know how much my word will carry compared to others. But where my action comes in is speaking to those who will be listened to, who will be heard. I cannot ask you to pass on any messages. You are the neutral party. But I will do what I can for you, for them, even for, and Snatcher vaguely glances towards where Hardestat went. We're all here. Death is a part of existence, but to force it seems wasteful. I have similar opinions on the bond, but I also have come to comprehend Aventru's ego. That is a barrier that is going to be damn near insurmountable. So whatever choices we're wanting will be quite the uphill struggle.
Another one of Aristotle's sayings. It's not enough to win a war. It's more important to organize the peace. winning the war is the one-time thing, building the structure that survives in perpetuity. I mean, what more can a Ventrue hope for outside of that lasting legacy of something that survives and stands the test of time?
The difficulty is getting the Ventrue to acknowledge that that was their idea, not yours.
I think that we can't get rid of the Camarilla in its entirety. I think we need to use it as the starting point. I'm just hoping that the well itself hasn't been poisoned.
And if it has, perhaps there are those amongst us who are proficient in purification.
Let us certainly hope so. Or we're all doomed.
And Snatcher's going to make sure that she can see the gemstone in it. And after the talks with that, Aristotle used that there was no word for matter in ancient Greek, not initially. And so the closest that was brought on from it was wood. And she can tell now that set in the center of this silver bracelet is a petrified piece of wood, polished and rounded, a gem. So she can easily tell he's been trying to communicate that philosophy to her since this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Do take care, dear moderator.
You as well.
I hope to speak with you again.
I'm sure we will. Next time, maybe don't try and sneak up on me. I'd hate for an accident to happen.
If I get walloped for being caught, that will just make me a better Nosferatu.
And as Snatcher returns to the group, moving over towards the entire Belgrade coterie, he's obviously a French noble. He's wearing French nobleman's outfit. Very nice, fine silks. Eve's definitely recognized it, but all of you, due to Belgrade itself, has seen all kinds of people of different types. You could tell this is a French nobleman. And when he looks you over, may I have a minute of your time? I am Jobert de Heffleur, my cousin, Father Jean-Marc. We would like to have a private chat with you. As a group, please.
Oh. As a group.
Yes.
Olga turns around from where she was standing and looks at them.
We will go for a walk. This room is rather susceptible to eavesdroppers.
Convenient was my word.
Convenient if you are the abbot.
Olga will walk up to Peregrine and take her arm.
And as he moves you down a hallway, Jean-Marc falls in with him. I will let my cousin speak, for though we are not of the same clan, we are still united. And he has the gift that his lord has given him of speech. I will let him explain our position.
I would entreat you to listen to what we have to offer. We would very much urge you to accept the peace initiative that's will be offered, just for the benefit of all, both Cainites, all clans, and humans who we are dependent upon them. So we must treat them well. Our sires, Gilbert and I, our sires embraced both of us in an emergency. And we've determined that, we will not allow our clan differences. He Ventrue, me Toreador, that we'd like to convince you to approach the matters under discussion in the spirit of charity and compassion, regardless of which side you go with, the Anarchs or the Camarilla, we have a very sincere need for the mortals whose lives frequently depend on our whims. They really should be allowed to enjoy what they've been denied us, to develop their technologies and their lives, which will only benefit us in the long term. While as Cainites, we tend to be more static. Too many of them have died while we sort out our political differences, and we both believe that the time has come to put an end to all of that and seek a different forum for arguing our beliefs. I truly believe that God has not totally abandoned us all, and that there is some possibly remote hope of ultimate redemption. I do remain a priest and have found that my faith has strengthened since my embrace. Before that, I sought power and influence and earthly sensations. Now I seek merely to do God's will, and for there's no other reason I can divine for my continued existence. We both, Gilbert and I, would entreat you to listen and consider.
Well, I do not have the faith of my cousin here. I agree with him. The mortals have suffered for us, our wars, our conflicts, our petty grievances. We've taken them, subjected them to our whims, not allowed them their own freedom. I don't do it for God, like my cousin. But it is right for them to be separated from us somehow, protected from us somehow.
Are you telling me that you all have been here in the West just gallivanting amongst the humans? With the Inquisition going on?
That is what we're trying to avoid.
Yes, we've been doing that for how long? And she looks to Peregrine. In Belgrade? Oh, about time you caught up.
Well, yes,
600 years.
but you'll find many of our kind do not follow that.
Oh, it is only smart. We encouraged, oh my goodness. Many of you Westerners look to us from the East as uncivilized, and I will tell you that the 6 of us created a hub of trade, prosperity, education, arts, and religious diversity in Belgrade. Our people thrived.
For generations.
We even welcomed the strangers, as is in your book, and she looks to the priest. The Roma, the ones they called gypsies, and did not enslave them.
Quite the opposite, in fact. We fed them and we bathed them.
And gave them shelter and opportunities.
They didn't burn people like me, the pagans that still believe in the old world and the goddess.
They were welcome. The Muslims were welcome. The Orthodoxy, welcome. The Roman Catholics, welcome.
The Jewish were welcome.
All. It is about time you Westerners catch up.
Cousin, I believe these see things as you and I do then.
I have a question.
So.
Did you educate the ladies to be the same as the men? Did you give them equality? You see, I also made sure that we had places for not only the orphans had a place to go, but the widows.
The widows
and
as well.
had places to handle things. We had such a society that not only were women a part of it, but they had equal share as well as the men.
And could
Did you
own
have the
property.
same?
Unfortunately, I rule no city, nor does my cousin. We are...
But perhaps we could learn from your findings.
We definitely could. We have been... How to put this?
Kept under thumb?
No, we...
Leashed?
We were wartime embraces.
Wartime embraces.
How
fight a
long you
battle.
be? How long you be in this?
Long enough to
Since-
amass our own powers, but not enough to
14,
run a city.
44,
But not enough to
so,
educate?
So perhaps 50 years.
Oh, they're
Young,
children.
yes.
Children?
Yes.
Yes. But that's okay.
As is common with war embraces.
Yes.
But it gives us a perspective that, as you point out, many of the Western Canaanites do not have.
No.
The issue that I have seen is that you believe us and our kind who have progressed to be the anarchs at the gates when we are not. We have proven that it is quite possible to live harmoniously with those beneath you, with those younger than you.
That is precisely what Chilbert and I are trying to accomplish here. To get both sides.
We
all
have done
sides.
so for centuries.
Yes,
Well-
the issue becomes that you have a dam at the river that is named Hardestat.
Yes. And others like him
I
would
that are
assume-
so afraid of losing their own privilege and power by those that are younger than them.
And I would also like to point out, I am an Assamite. What would you do to me? What do
I
you
would
say about
welcome
the
you in.
Assamite
I'm
problem?
afraid to tell you that that decision has already been made,
And
not
what
by
is that
me.
decision?
or my cousin.
What is the decision?
A curse is to be laid upon your kind that will not allow you to diabolarize. The amaranth will be denied you. That is not
the
my
I
elder-
don't
say.
dablerize.
My cousin
the
and I have
elder-
had no part of that.
I can vouch for this. The elder of Alamut has bent the knee to Hardestat.
Then he is weaker than any of us. And if he has made that known, then he deserves to die. That
Or
is not
the
a choice to make.
Setites have corrupted them.
Yeah,
Mm.
the Setites corrupt everyone.
Either way, I do.
Actually, it's a Tamir, I think.
There's an old saying, you have to fight the battles you can win. You bring up Hardestat. He is stubborn, arrogant.
He's entrenched.
I think my dear cousin, would list several sins that Hardestat is guilty of. But you fight the battles you can win.
Breathing.
The battles we can win is to bring a peace, not Hardestat's form of peace.
Right, now
Not
what is the battle
subjugation.
I am to win?
Fortunately, I do not have an answer.
I do. You become your own woman.
That is what I am seeing here more and more.
That is your win.
From what I've heard, Mr. Svanson and Maximilian Strauss, what they are going to do in a day or two. We'll have no outs
What are they
for.
doing?
They're going to
They're doing this curse?
a curse that will block you from committing amaranth ever. Your
Yes,
clan
but
will
what
be
is the
denied.
side effect of it? That is my curiosity, because it's Tremere magic. It never works as they truly wish it to. Even their own creation didn't. Have you seen their founder? Because I have.
Yes, that was
Only his representative.
rather disturbing.
Mm-hmm. Their founder is not even remotely human anymore.
There's also another saying. If you Work with what you have now. Eternity is a long time to change things.
It is.
Time is the one thing that you have on your side. The Anarchs have lost.
For a moment.
They have, for the moment, correct. It is time to make peace. Will it be a lasting peace forever? Not with our kind. We know this. I'm not foolish enough to think it will be. But will it bring a needed peace for both sides? Will it stop the bloodshed on both sides and the bloodshed of countless mortals that get caught in our fucking whims?
You want the answer to that?
Our whims, our kind's whims.
Do you want the answer to that? Truly, do you want the answer to your question? Because I have, even in 2 nights, seen enough to know how this is going to play out. I've been doing politics since I was 8 years old. Certainly, you will get some peace with some Anarchs.
Good signores, the lingering scratch that picks at the back of my brain is that with established sorcerers like the Assemites, like my coterie mate, the remainder of the Salubri, what has been promised to Hardestadt and the other founders that the Tremere have wormed their way into this sacred, and I use the term very loosely, convention to bring peace.
Cousin, do you know? I do not. I was not privy to those discussions.
Neither was I. No.
And yet
You
there is a
believe them.
decided lack of the Tzimisce.
Mm-hmm.
They were invited.
I don't even see that many Gangrel.
One of the founders is Gangrel, but other than that, only the speaker for a Tzimisce of all people.
Yes, familiar with him.
Tiberu.
Yes.
Karsh is here, of Clan Gangrel, though he has sworn his allegiance to Hardestadt and only Hardestadt, so I don't think he is much of a...
He's a lapdog.
I would not let him hear you say that, but that is pretty accurate.
So you have a convention that has excluded certain enemies of Clan Tremere.
The Tzimisce declined to show up. Only the prestigious Micah Vikos was willing to show up. All the rest felt this was a trap.
And Micah Vikos has been disrespected so far 2 nights in a row.
What are the Yasmites? I'm the only one here.
No. Antara is here. Karif al-Numar is here. Husan al-Fatan is here. They are in negotiations separately. And we'll be speaking, I believe, maybe tomorrow night or the other. They come representing Alamut itself.
I have not seen them, and nor has a missive come to me to tell me they are here.
They have been secluded.
And that
probably
is a failure
negotiating
of this.
or arguing with Clan Tremere.
Why is it not being brought out into the open so that the Clan Tremere can have their dirty laundry washed out?
You would have to ask Hardestadt.
Because he is holding out the cards. Do you not see this?
Oh, I don't argue it, but I still argue
Then why
for
are
peace.
Who cares about peace? I'm going to be cursed. You want me to give you a vote? Then stop the curse. There. You
Fight
want
the
me
battles
to
you
vote
can win.
for you?
No,
Yes.
I want
am
you to
fighting a
vote for
battle I can win.
humanity, not us.
I have spent almost my entire life for humanity. You have not. Get to my level.
You're attacking my cousin and I as if we are in the position to make these decisions. We are not. We are trying to bring your decision close into the fold.
And I have been doing this stuff for humanity more than anything. Humanity has always been my cause. But don't try to tell me
I'm not telling you anything.
Then what are you saying?
Then we are in agreement when it comes to humanity.
Yes, we're in agreement with you. You're treating us as if we are trying to tell you to do something you don't want to do. We're in agreement with you on these. These things need to be considered and brought together with all the Canaanites and humans.
And we could go before Hardestat, and we could claim we do not agree with the punishment of the Assamites. And do you know what will happen?
He'll ignore you. I understand your position, and I understand my associate's position. Use your empathy that you have for humanity to see my associate.
Yes, I do.
To the curse is they burn her clan to the ground. You don't understand what they were about to do. This was the compromise made with Alamut. This was the compromise. The alternative was worse.
You say to pick the battles that we can win. There are 3 before us. You're choosing one.
Yes.
Humanity is one of the most important, but peace applies to everybody. Our kind, humanity, everyone. Peace. We need that peace. Whether it lasts forever, whether it lasts 100 years, does not matter. Now is when peace is needed.
The house
to give everyone a chance.
The house that is being built requires many pillars. You are holding on to one in a storm. What house will you build with one pillar?
The best we can. Because we can't fight every battle. We can't win every battle.
I seem to have misplaced my optimism. Can I have some of yours?
Of course. I think my cousin has more than enough for both of us.
No, he's tainted. He's tainted by his god. I don't want it.
We've said our piece, though, I think. Cousin.
Yes.
I don't think they will understand it fully, and they will, as Hardestat, their search for their own vengeance and justice does
I have
paint their
mentioned
views.
no vengeance nor justice.
Your message has been delivered, my friends. Go with God, as you would say.
And you as well.
And you as well. And as the two of them walk off, we need to end here. Do we need to do a coterie scene before we end, or are we going to end here? Let me ask the coterie.
I think I just want to put my arm on Peregrine just to show her support. But I don't think we need to say anything else.
So as the coterie avoids the room, I think, as more discussions continue into the night from the rest of the gathered attendees. This is where we're going to end.
Olga's going to spy on Hardestat.
Of course. With your little shadow cat.
No, I have a different thing for that.
Oh.
It allows me to see anyone.
Okay.
I have something too.
And what's that?
I have it's
if it's spying stuff, we can do that. You can put that on the in the cast chat.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
handle it between episodes. So we're going to end our episode here, everybody. Thank you to the viewers. Thank you to all of these amazing people. All these people, everyone got to have a little bit of scene tonight, though. So that's great. Let me tell you, it's tough to do with this many people. And I do thank everyone involved, the players and the guest players, with making sure to work around, give everybody a chance. I love it. You're doing so well. This has been a good time. So I do thank everybody. XP for tonight. Guess what? You could drag that same little thing over the convention start XP. Just drag it to your character sheet again.
Wow.
10 more XP for everybody.
Who is this guy?
It's the final season.
Really?
I'll give you all 10 XP an episode. It don't matter. It's all good. And I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. Please, everybody, join us on the Discord. Look, the cast of this show comes from our Discord. The cast of all of our shows come from the Discord. So if you're on the Discord, you can see a casting call go up and you might get to play with us. And I've been saying this for weeks. Look, the best thing to do if you think you might want to stream with us, but you're not sure, is to watch the casting calls for miniseries that come up, because miniseries are the best place to join us at the table for a short commitment, a couple weeks, to play with the players, play at the table, see if streaming is something you want to do. Because then you don't have a long commitment. And if you don't end up liking it, guess what? You don't have these long commitments. Like, I mean, this one's not so bad, but for Dust We Are, Hidden City, they did 5 seasons, but it was more than 50 episodes because season 1 was like 30 episodes by itself. So you're aware, that's a lot of commitment from players. Windy City went on forever and it was great. So everybody, join us there. We also do non-stream Zoom hangouts. We did one last Saturday. I don't know if we'll do one this Saturday. Mama decides sometime during the day whether she's up to it that night. And if she is, if you're on a Discord, you'll get notified in the afternoon. Hey, we're doing a Zoom hangout tonight. And then you can come hang out. It's open to anybody on our Discord. You don't have to be a Patreon member. You don't have to be on our KoFi. You don't have to subscribe on Twitch. We don't believe in paywalling, any of that shit. You just be on the Discord and you can come hang out in Zoom. We talk all kinds of games. We talk non-game shit. It's just a good way to get to know people and have fun. So you should do that. Next up, our YouTube channel. Look, pop over to our YouTube. You can catch all our back episodes of this stream. We've got multiple V5 Chronicles. We've got a V20 Chronicle, multiple Mage Chronicles on here. Well, 3 miniseries and then the full Chronicle that goes on for Mage. We've got Werewolf miniseries. We've got, well, hell, every World of Darkness splat except for Hunter and the Mummy. But if you want to see Mummy, you just got to watch the Mage Chronicle, because in season 2, a mummy appears. And he's a creepy little shit, you know? But he's not a dick this time. I got to play a non-dick character. So instead of Mama's character hating me, she just has pity for me, which is, I think, worse. I'd rather she hated my character rather than pitied him.
Oh, no.
I know.
No, she's actually ambivalent, except for the fact he really can't die. That fucking sucks, and she does pity that.
Yeah, so check out the now look, if you want to see, we've got non-World of Darkness. Mama has run, Mama loves her Powered by the Apocalypse games. You can see a lot of those. I love running non-Powered by the Apocalypse line of side games like Zasser Kala, Eclipse Phase, which you'll see a number of familiar faces in the Eclipse Phase. That was a lot of fun. I did a good Blade Runner-ish kind of inspiration story that got me going with it, which was fun to do. There's Bluebeard's Bride, Monster of the Week, Monster Heart. There's so much shit. Just go to YouTube. If you want to see some D&D 5e or Call of Cthulhu 70, go to London Esoteric Society channel. You'll see more familiar faces. The 2 bottom corners, as a matter of fact, are both on the Call of Cthulhu streams. So you should go check them out. And if you think this is Gabriel here, look, Inkblood down there, that charisma he brings to Gabriel, you'll also see it in Call of Cthulhu. He is definitely loud and just right there so you can enjoy the chaos. It's great. His first character I saw him playing on our streams was, it struck me as Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Call of Cthulhu investigator. Yeah, so you're muted. We don't hear you.
Oh, yeah, that character is based on Stone Cold Steve Austin if beer had meth in it. And British. That was, yeah.
See, so you should check that out. Now, you want to get you some studio merch? Hey, we got studio merch. Sign in to get it because it's all, we got R-rated. Look, you can't see our swear words unless you sign in. It's a rule that we don't have, but they do. So you should check that out. Friends, we have friends. At least I think we do. If I keep playing hardest at the dick like this, hopefully those friends don't hold it against me. Just like I hope my friend over there, our longest running friend who's been with us since the beginning over there, Gwen, Junie Von Ash, hope she doesn't hold it against me that the...
I mean, Hardestat might get assassinated earlier than planned. The poor Assamites just get fucked. They just got bent over the whole time. But Junie, as our longest running friend, you're first. What do you got going on?
Well, I'd say, Patricia, you and I need to turn around, and before you try to do anything, I say we turn around and do something to Hardestat. I turn around and choke yarn. Why? So I don't kill my friends, which is a very, very good thing in games like this. I choke yarn, I stab fabric, because otherwise I wouldn't have friends. They wouldn't be here, and that would be sad, and I would be a sad panda, and we don't want to be sad. But if I'm not at my if I'm not on my stream, then I might be on his stream, maybe doing something slightly creative. And he's not going to, want me to choke people and kill. Well, no, never mind. I just say I survived his alien game because I did scream in space and people heard. Just let it happen, Will. And if I'm not at his, then I'm over here doing something. And maybe not choking things or wanting to kill Hardest Dad, or maybe, getting Patricia on board to just shank a storyteller gently and rewrite all the Camarilla because fuck them.
Yep. I mean, she's got opinions, everybody, on it, and I don't blame her. The Assamites got fucked in this era. They really did. Ravner Sarkon, you're next up on the list, buddy. What you got going on?
God. Hi, everybody. I do TTRPG stuff here on my own channel. Everything that isn't Dungeons and Dragons. Right now I'm doing an interview show that I'm testing out to see if there's any interest in that. It's kind of like Hot Wings, but instead of chicken wings, we do dice. And I introduce a new person to a new game every week, and I get to know who they are. So it's been really interesting.
You should pop over to the channel. I know he's got his Monday thing. It's good to see him back streaming again, because for a while there, life was doing life shit, which sucked. But he's back up on there, so get back up on there, and you should go watch him. Our other friend, Psychshire, she's not in this stream. You'll see her Friday nights as Margot, the Chaos Goblin fucking Tremere, who she's got NOS friends. Nikolai wasn't a dick to her for once. Don't worry, he'll be twice the dick next time, because he got to keep his name Dickolai, as Mama gave it to him, called him Dickolai, and that's going to stick. So it'll come back.
Yeah, it's Dickolai and douche Sobble.
See? So it'll come back. Don't worry. But you should check out her channel. And then, of course, Cirque Lunicus. He's also in our Friday streams as Simon. He apparently, everyone in the city seems to have a hate boner for him because he's the target of all kinds of fucked up shit. I guess it's what happens when you play a Toreador, who's kind of doesn't know how to fly below the radar, because Toreador. You got to fly below the radar when you can. Everyone's out to get him. So you should check out his channel too. And listen, if you're on our Discord, you'll get notified when any of those friends go live. Normally Red would say that, but since she's not been streaming anymore, I have to say it. Damn it, Red. Now I have to say it. I had to take your line from you. Nope, you're muted too. You're pulling a Ben. Everybody's pulling Ben tonight.
Oh, no, I was just agreeing.
Everyone's going to pull a Ben. So definitely check out all those friends. Bits of donations. Actually, I'm about to type this in the wrong fucking window. Bits of donations, everybody. Look, bits of donations, they go to the players, not to the studio. It's a way for you, the viewers, to give something back to the players for the time, hard work and effort. And, Mama's, your head's like real low now. Look at that.
Reading something because I don't have my glasses.
Oh, no. So,
I have to get close because Mama wears no line bifocals, okay?
Bits of donations, give them to the players, everybody. Now, listen, money's tight. Also, you can subscribe on Twitch for the studio or buy Mama a coffee. Help pay for those bifocals that, cost us so much damn money. Because last time she went to go get glasses, she comes home and goes, oops. I made the mistake of handing her my Amex and said, just go get your glasses.
Uh-huh.
And she came back and said, oops.
I sure did.
Mm-hmm. Exactly those words.
I sure did. Oops. I spent a lot.
Yeah.
Oops.
If you want, look, money's tight. The economy sucks ass. Gas is stupid.
Yes.
Groceries are getting more and more fucking expensive. We used to be able to feed this house of four and get out of the grocery store for
about $250.
About $250 a week. Now we're looking at $300 to $400 a week in groceries. Money's tight, and I know it. Don't give us money or the players money if you can't afford it, because God damn it, you can't afford it.
Shanky and I do work day jobs that pay us fairly well, so
we get enough
okay,
to do it.
But we appreciate any support you can give.
Look, it's tight. You want to support the studio for free? Go to our YouTube channel. Like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification icon. Most importantly, it's not the money that we want people to do the YouTube part, it's the visibility. The more people who see our stream, the more people will join our community. The more people to join our community means more people we have to play games with. Because we like playing games with different people. Everybody here, except for Mama and Urini down there, I would have never gotten to play a game with if it wasn't for people joining our community. And as much as I like playing TTRPGs with Mama and Urini, having variations of players is a lot more fun because it's not the same game every time. So please support us that way. And Yeah, that's all I got for that part. Now Mama can give the schedule.
All right. So, y'all playing this week, Lance?
Yes, we are.
Okay. All right. So thank you all for coming this evening to see our next installment of the Convention of Thorns. This shit is fucked up, y'all. It is fucked up. And no wonder the Camarilla is still fucked up in modern nights. It started that way. So, anyway, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Join Shanky and his crew of younglings as they navigate circa 1994-ish Chicago. Yeah. And yeah. I'm just like, as the person who plays their Mala, it's like, I swear, things I say go in one ear and out the other, and nothing stops it in between.
Not a brain.
Keep your heads down. Okay, let's not. So anyway, yeah, that's Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and I hear there's going to be a special guest. Drama. Always drama with this crew. And then Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, you'll see your innie not your outie here playing Call of Cthulhu. London Esoteric Society is back. They're kind of alternating weekends this month. Tiss has a few things going on, but this Saturday, they will be there at 3 p.m. Eastern reading all the sus-ass books, and that should be burned. But you know what? The whole point of Call of Cthulhu is learning that Cthulhu mythos and doing the fucked up shit.
Yeah, but should Gabriel down there, should his character have married the fish lady?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Are you kidding me? That was
I
the most
played that
reasonable
video
thing.
game. I played that video game. It was awesome. Marry the fish lady.
He just likes her to
She'll
flop
love you
around in
forever.
bed. He just likes her to flop around in bed a bit, you know?
I saved their fucking lives, and I had to fuck a fish. And this is
Yeah,
the
but you
thing,
know
like,
what? Fuck a fish. Fuck a fish
I
lady.
fuck a
That's
fish.
fine. Fuck a fish lady. Because I'm
Wait a minute,
telling you, in
wait a
Call of
minute.
Cthulhu, the fish ladies will love you forever.
Kanye's
Big
going to be calling you
waifus.
about the gay fish song now.
They are
That's
waifus.
For those who saw
yes,
South
they
Park,
are.
you know the joke.
And they have,
I
mean,
they
you
have
might-
wicked awesome teeth, but they hide them from those that they love.
she also saved my life. I mean, I have to be
Yeah.
honest. That the best decision I ever made in TTRPG.
Exactly. Exactly.
Fish wife. Fish wife.
Fish wife.
Fish wife for life.
Yeah.
You might get an Oscar.
And of course, we will be back here next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern with officially day 2 of the Convention of Thorns.
Yep.
Somebody might get mollywopped.
Now, I will say, there's discussions that happen. Not all of them are shown here. So
Yeah.
even though we ended the episode here, there's still discussions in the background between
yeah.
all the members of the convention because 2.5 hour format is not going to cut it
No.
to do it.
Oh, no. This could go on for like
we
6
could do,
hours.
I would say we
y'all.
could do 4 hours a session and still have scenes not done.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the way it is, but
It's the Convention of Thorns. Lots of stuff is getting talked about
right,
amongst
we're
a lot of
trying
people.
to give you the important parts. And as always, because this has been a chronicle focused on one coterie, we're trying to keep most of the discussion focused there, though everyone else that's a participant is having conversations of their own where they're deciding some shit. Hardestat's already decided a whole bunch of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it.
And Hardestat got pinned into a fucking corner by Olga.
By his own mouth. Hoisted by his own petard. Couldn't happen to a better asshole.
Recognize your elder.
What's extra funny is that essentially it's the storyteller reprimanding himself.
I know. It's hilarious.
Montano is very, 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 very old.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
and let me go and finish our outro because it's already a little later than usual for us, and it's a work night for Mama and me, but Mama's got to get up earlier than I do. Listen, mental health, everybody. It's not a joke. It's not a laughing matter. Please take your mental health seriously. Take the mental health of others seriously. Check in on those around you. Make sure they're okay. A lot of people are not. A lot of people, myself included, I'll put myself in this, suffer from mental health issues. And we mask it well. We hide it. These little faces we put on when we're on camera isn't always what's going on behind the scenes with us. So check in on them, reach out, especially if you haven't heard from them for a while. Hey, how you doing? Everything okay? Sometimes that's all it takes to help somebody out of a dark place they're in, or to be a lifeline that they need to get them off the ledge that they happen to be standing on. And if you suffer from mental health issues, first of all, it's okay to not be okay. There's nothing wrong with admitting that. There's a stigma attached to it from society that is wrong and should not be there. Because listen, everybody has days where their mental health is not good. Everybody has ups and downs. And, you know, if you don't take it seriously, you're doing yourself a disservice and you're not taking care of your own health. So please, if you're suffering from mental health, just suffer from mental health. Reach out to those around you. And if you don't feel you can, because a lot of people don't feel they can do that, in chats, a list of numbers, you can call or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There'll be a professional on the other end of the conversation to be that lifeline you need. And if you're watching this from somewhere other than the U.S., or you're in crisis, or you need help and you're not watching the stream at the time, go to findahelpline.com. It's only a couple clicks, and you can get all the helplines in your country. It's that simple, please. We want to keep people around, you know. Got to take care of yourselves. And now I can turn it over to, wait a minute, before I turn it over to my lovely wife, Inkblood has something he would like to say before my wife gets there. So I'm going to turn it over to Inkblood Demon down there.
All right, folks, I'm going to keep this really short because it is the most boring topic you have ever dealt with. It is called state and local government. I want to try to dress it up and make it sound like it's fun and sexy, and no, it's not. It's boring as fuck, and I know that because that's my background. I used to be a lawyer. I'm doing better now. So data centers suck. I'm sure that we're well versed with it, what they do to the energy, water, land, and all of that. You might go, how the fuck does that have anything to do with state and local government? Well, state and local government is important. So there's this thing called notice and comment period. That's basically when you, people who live in the democracy, have a chance to say, hey, I don't want that shit, reconsider that stuff. Mileage may vary on if you're listened to or not, but it gives you some legal power in the process. Data centers, they have been funded by billionaires and other evil, awful people, and they have what is called loopholes and technicalities. So, for instance, in New Jersey, which is probably an okay state, I don't know, I've never really been there, they've been getting loopholed in by overriding the notice and comment period. Municipal governments, are tasked with trying to understand things that they really can't, and it shouldn't be getting in that way, but it is. And so the point that I am making is, while it is boring, while your school board is boring, while the people who run the libraries, while that is boring, while all of that stuff is incredibly dull, and I have sat in more meetings for that shit than I would honestly proud of in my just under 40 years life of existence, that shit matters. What your kids learn in school matters. The water that you drink matters. Your access to water matters. So while it is painfully fucking boring, just pay attention every once in a while. And if you don't, you might fucking die. That's not even an exaggeration. I'm prone to exaggeration, but you might die or suffer slowly and wish you were dead. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mama because she's probably going to be way more optimistic than I am. But please care about state and local government. Please care about it.
Participate in your fucking community governance, okay? It's important. And you're also going to do so by making sure you participate in every motherfucking election. Okay? Primaries, local jurisdiction elections that may be off date. It may not be November. Literally, school board member elections are fucking important, even if your kids aren't in school. Okay? Literally, community freaking governance is important because that impacts your day-to-day life. If you pick people that are easily fucking bought, you're gonna get data centers. Whether you want it or not. That's how that shit works. Pick the right people. And truly, it is so important to participate. If you are not a cisgendered white man in the United States, someone or multiple people died for your right to vote. to not register, to not vote, to not participate is literally spitting in their faces. It's pissing on their graves. It's saying fuck you for their sacrifice. It's unacceptable. Unfucking acceptable. We do not have compulsory voting here in the United States, and we absolutely fucking should. Now, I'm going to get back around to Mama being the nurse, though, because y'all know I'm political as fuck. I will talk politics until I fucking go blue in the face and fall over, okay? But literally, take care of not only your mental well-being, which it's so important if you are in crisis that you get timely intervention. Find a helpline is great for that because it is a very fast navigation to get to the resources you need. I've tested it out personally, okay? Use resources available to you to get the help you need. Also, take care of your physical well-being because as the mind goes, the body goes, and as the body goes, the mind goes. So when one starts falling apart, the other one does too, okay? Make sure that you take your meds and drink your water and get some sunshine when you can, but make sure you're wearing sunscreen, okay? A lot of folks say minimum of 15. I say minimum of 50 because I don't want you getting skin cancer, y'all. Because if you're more melanated than I am, you can still get skin cancer. It's just harder to detect early on your skin. So it's actually worse for you if you get skin cancer because it'll get detected later. So do that. And then make sure you get your vaccines, especially here in the US while you can, because they're literally trying to interfere with the production and release of vaccines here in the US. Yeah. They want people to be sick and desperate and die. Yeah, that's what they want. And because the cruelty's the point. And anyway, make sure you get your vaccines and make sure that if you are responsible for minor children that you get them vaccinated as well. It is malicious negligence to not vaccinate children. It does not cause autism. That's genetic. Autistic people fucking people causes autism. Okay?
Me fucking definitely caused autism.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
I've got two autistic kids.
Yes, you do.
From two different wives. So we know who caused it.
Yep, it's your fault. But
Me fucking.
So, get your kids vaccinated if you're responsible for kids, okay? Measles can cause sterility. It can cause blindness. It can cause death a decade after infection. There's a reason we had pretty much eradicated it through vaccination. And misinformation is now going to sentence children to horrible things as teenagers. And yeah, like I mentioned with the voting, make sure you're registered, make sure you participate. Turn the fuck up. I mean, a lot of primaries are going on still around the country. In my state, our primary election is very soon, and we've gotten our mail-in ballots and stuff. And yeah, I mean, so participate because primaries are where you get to pick who you want. And we have over 20 fucking people trying to get Steny Hoyer's house seat.
I mean, he's been in position so long. No wonder there's a whole fucking backlog of people wanting to take it from him.
There's a whole fucking slew of people wanting his spot now. So we have to we've been researching a lot of candidates. Okay,
got to get on that gravy train like he did.
Yeah. So yeah, pay attention to who's on your ballots. Research them. Actually, be an informed voter. Okay, and turn out for the November midterm election because we absolutely have to get the GOP, the Republicans, out of control of Congress. Because right now, Republicans control the Supreme Court, which is our judicial branch. They control our executive branch, the president and the cabinet. And they control the legislative branch, our federal House and Senate.
And ain't shit getting done.
And nothing's getting done, and there's no checks and balances. They literally are doing illegal shit that it takes months, sometimes up to a year, for the courts to catch up with, because courts move a hell of a lot slower than those fucking fascist pricks do.
And then the Supreme Court declares Trump is like a god king and lets him do it anyway.
Yeah. So we're fucked here in the U.S., okay, until we get control of Congress away from the Republicans, because Congress is supposed to be the checks and balances. And it's not. So fucking vote. And if you voted for the fascist piece of shit that's currently our president, fuck off. If you voted third party in the last presidential election because you thought you were protesting, you didn't save a single fucking soul in Gaza. So fuck off. And if you abstained last presidential election because more people didn't vote that could have than actually voted in the last presidential election, your racist fucking ass can fuck off too. Because not only are you racist, you're probably a misogynist too. Couldn't vote for a woman, especially not a woman of color, right? Yeah. So fuck off. For the rest of us, look out for one another. Be aware of what's going on in your communities, because ICE is still fucking going amok. And it's not going to slow down, because they're going to keep doing it all the way up until the midterm elections, because I guarantee you they're going to be at polling places in blue cities and red states. This has been a trial run this whole fucking time. Be aware. Look out for one another. Look out for your neighbors. Support each other. And be safe. Said with all sincerity, y'all have a good night.
And I do thank everyone for coming. I hope you're enjoying our convention of Thorns. This is going to be fun. So good night, everybody.